Hello everyone, I hope everyone is doing well. Today we will cast a match between Falcostrix and Civetta. Civetta, I don't know with the Italian accent if he is Chi. I think it's Chi, so I will try to say Civetta. I need to ask an AI to this. I will just ask fast. No. Oh, it's Civetta. Okay. Civetta means owl. Okay. I wasn't aware of that. So we will cast a match between Falcostrix. Falcostrix is if I remember, a falcon and also an owl, but I don't know how to say that in English, so I will try. Yes, it's a owl too. So this is a duel of owl, I think. It's fun. Sorry. So in this owl duel, we will see Falcostrix as a host and Civetta as a guest. The ban were a nomad map and hybrid with objective map for Civetta and Falcostrix. Falcostrix picked Arena and Frigid Lake. Civetta picked Zimbabwean slopes, and we will have a neutral map, African reed beds. About the sieves, there are interesting sieves. Chinese, I think, is first top sieve in Frigid Lake. I don't see a better sieve than Chinese on Frigid Lake, so I think Chinese will be on Frigid Lake. Wow, Mongol is still odd. Mongol can be really good on slopes, but also on Zimbabwe. But I think on slopes it's better to play Mongols. Turk initially went for Arena, I think. And we may see another sieve on Arena, but I think Wei is for Zimbabwe. Wei can be played also on Arena. Oh, I think Wei is for Zimbabwe. I think Malian will be for African reed beds, probably. And between Viking and Byzantines on Arena, we usually will prefer Byzantines, I think. We'll see Ethiopians. Ethiopians maybe can be played on slopes. But I think it will be for African reed beds. Cumans for Arena. Berbers. Hi, Ando. I'm fine, thank you. What about you? Italian is probably for Frigid Lake, I think. Berbers for slopes. And Korean for Zimbabwe. Something like that, I think. Yeah, I really like Falco's draft. I think he has probably was better sieve on Frigid Lake. And he has so much good sieves everywhere. I think, sorry for that, Andao, but I think Byzantine is the weaker one on Arena that he has. But everything else seems so strong. And I don't know how you can match that, but I will see on the games. And in the other side, the draft is more, well, not meta, you know. All these sieves are so good sieves too, but they are less S-tier sieve, you know. They are less, except Koreans maybe. But they are less, yeah. They are less efficient sieve, I think, on the map. But Berber can counter Mongols if it's played correctly. And Cumans is really hard to stop if you don't know how to counter that. Ethiopians can be a hard matchup if you have full... if you manage to have an archer mass. So Civetta's pick are mostly, how to say that, but if he knows how to play his sieves, he can be more effective than someone that is playing just because they are OP, you know. I didn't say that they were weak. They were bad. I said that they are weaker than the other civs on the other maps, you know. And so it's the default choice on Arena, I think. Well, I propose you to start with the first game. I will start Capture Rage. And Falcostrix is making me lie as all time, you know. Let's go on slopes, guys, with Mongols against Ethiopians. Mongols on this map. I wasn't expecting that at all, because you had slopes, and Mongol is so good with in slopes. You can make alternative build orders on slopes that makes you possible to rush FC, that makes you possible to take both sides of the map, of the hunt, of the fishes, and still putting pressure on your opponent. That's so easy to play on slopes. I don't know why it took them here. But Ethiopians can be a hard match. Even Mongols against Ethiopians, I don't like the matchup. If it was to counter one civ, why not? You know, giving up an advantage, a match advantage, a match. How to say that? A civ advantage on a map to counter another civ on another map, and Mongol isn't a great counter to Ethiopians, so I don't know why Falco goes on Mongol that fast, but he has worked a build order because he let only 3 wheels on the board and making 5 wheels faster to the wooding lumber camp. That means that he will try to put a dock really fast, I think. A dock or a barrack, I don't know yet, but I think it will be a dock. Both players are around 1600, 15 or 1600, something like that. You would play command on an open map first. So you would have played Cumans on slopes. Yes, Cumans are really underrated civ, I agree with that, on open maps, and you can just go with a double TC boom. So I agree, they can be played on open maps too. So we have a fast dog for Falcostrix, faster than his opponent, but his opponent seems to not take any dogs. He bring back a zebra from there, 2 zebra from there, and he's milling the other. So he's trying to have as much food as possible, but he won't dog. So Falcostrix will have an eco lead, and more because he's Mongols. It will be really hard, I think, for Civetta, even if his idea is insane by bringing back the 4 further zebras and just milling the other one, you know. I don't know if he will fast castle. He has 7 villas on wood, one which was blocked here. So 8 villas. 8 villas seems a lot of villas on wood. I think he won't risk any going fast castle. I think he will just try to apply pressure, feudal age, but maybe I'm wrong, you know. I can be wrong. Feudal Age clicked without Loom. Oh yes, with Loom. He made Loom before. Okay. And we'll see at probably one archer range play, fast kinda fast archer with for Civetta. I really don't like the point to ignoring fishes if you are not applying pressure really fast, you know. The only good way to ignore fishes is because you are making something like at 18 pop mana terms, and then you fish here as a follow-up, you know. But just going for a fast archer play, ignoring the fishes, I think it's a huge mistake on the map. And Falcostrix will answer to that play with his own archer. It seems he have but 3 villies on gold. Both players have almost the same uptime, but Falco has 5 fish. That's huge. Resource collected difference is huge also. But Ethiopians had the plus 100 bonuses on resources, so he has a lot of resources right now. That's why I don't understand the not mana term move, you know. And Falcostrix, why is going scouts with 3 villies on gold? I don't understand that. And I think he should have made another lumber camp, you know, right here. Yeah, Roman is a nice pick on this map. Okay, Archer with Blacksmith, so Falcostrix knows how he will answer. Will he answer? Well, because he's making so much, he's under the hill. Why he's fighting under the hill? Because he's taking gold, I think he can answer to that play with Bloodlines and Blacksmith and Scouts with one Bloodlines and Scaleboarding armor, you know. But I am not sure that the plan, and Civetta is rightfully adding spears, so it will be helpful. The blacksmith is in, so we saw the archer, we saw the blacksmith, and we are still trying. Okay, that's a nice raid. He's applying lots of pressure. He sees 8 villies on gold, so he must think that his opponent will try to go faster to Castle Age, and with a market probably, and try to buy the food he needs. And I think Falco should go. I don't know why the 3 villies on gold seems wasted for me, you know. He has so much gold right now. He didn't need that gold. He should have better done another thing, because he's not using it for going to, with Bloodlines or anything else. And I find that really, well, that's questionable, you know. He should have done differently. And Civetta is on the defensive. He has so much gold, but he doesn't have any not much food income because he didn't fish. And where Falco is great is because his opponent didn't fish at all, so he has a large economic advantage. You know, the fishes have snowballed hard. He has something like 1,600 resources lead. That's huge. And Civetta had to idle because he didn't make a meal on his berries, and he didn't manage to defend well, and he's just putting his first farm right now, so he had a lot of idle. And I think Civetta didn't play the way the map should be played. You know, he's playing like an Arabia map. And when you play other map like Arabia's map, well, you lose, because if you don't take the map resources, well, you start with you start being so behind instead of your opponent, you know. I don't know why he's hoarding Skirm, because he saw that his opponent is going so peacefully, you know, or he could have cleaned it. But he's adding skirms, and he has so much gold. He could have just add archers, you know. Anyway, he's applying a really good pressure on Civetta. Civetta doesn't just stays in defensive stance, you know, and that means that Falco's economy is so well. Civetta may have just take 2 spears and 6 archer to go forward to apply some pressure to Falcostrix, because if he just stays defensively, he won't be able to make any damage, and Falcostrix will be fully walled when he's come. Hola madre, ¿cómo estás? And so Civetta is just playing 2 passives this game, and Falcostrix is winning because he has snowballed on fish advantage, you know. He has almost 2000 resources ahead his opponent. So, and I don't know why he's going forward with his skirm now, because he's trying to go in castle age. So this is a time where you don't want to take any bad engages, you know. And he's just going forward right now when he shouldn't. And Civetta isn't on it. And when Civetta will see the castle age timing from Falcostrix, well, we can have an early GG from that, you know. But anyway, Falcostrix is playing this game very well, I think. Okay, we will have a wall here, maybe. But Civetta will see it, but he can't deny the wall with his scouts. But at least his scout will take the information about what Falcostrix is doing. And I don't get what Falcostrix is doing. He has a lot of food income. He have a nice farming count, you know. He have so much gold in bank, and he starts going like he will go on archer play, you know. And I don't know why, because he didn't really need it, this Bodkin arrow right now. And he's just playing so passive. I think he doesn't handle well his wood income, as I do often when I'm playing. Oh, there is a hole, but there is pikeman upgrade that is free for Ethiopians that may save from an engage the time he will be able to take crossbow and bodkin arrow. But Civetta is really on the defensive. He will go for fast ballistic. Meanwhile, Falcostrix will try to drop a TC. Falcostrix should take care, because he's trying to put pressure, but well, there is a hole first, and then his wood line is forward, you know, so he doesn't until he doesn't see, when he doesn't see archers, that means the archer could be forward, and if the archer are forward, Falcostrix isn't going well, you know. So we are going elite skirms, gold upgrade. We're still massing knights. I think he could just hit and run and kill some archer. I think really Falcostrix need to micro a bit better his archer, his skirmisher, but now that there is ballistic, he won't be able to take a great fight, I think. And this town center is probably one of the worst I have ever seen, because it just covers for 6 trees, you know. And Falcostrix needs to back. He didn't saw that there is ballistic on the archer, so he's making a really terrible fight downhill. But he won. He seems to have won enough time to his TC to pop, but this TC was terrible. I would better like a siege workshop instead of town center to protect this area, you know. Je vais bien, merci mère. Oh la rose, comment tu vas? And Falcostrix invested a lot on skirmishers, but he didn't make any more, you know. So that's an investment that is not worth it. And he will need to take some fights, but he is not able to take some, so... Falcostrix, you need to back your wheels, you need to drop... Well, I would have started with the Scorpions instead of a Mangonel, but well. Civetta is finding at least some damage. It's late, but he is finding some damage. And Falcostrix is waiting his Mangonel, but he's taking so much damage right now. 8 villies down. Well, Falcostrix still have 20 head, you know, but 8 villies down. And he should... Okay, this Mangonel will hit hard, I think. Why is backing? Falco! I don't know what he is doing. Why is he backing this Mangonel? He should have just keep fighting. There was a close area. He could have prevent his opponent from escaping with the Mangonel, and he's just letting him escape. I don't get why. 36 coming for Civetta. Civetta who made a really great aggression, but he's lacking farms, you know, farm income and food income to produce on 3 TCs. But at least he found some damage, but he's so behind Falcostrix on the right now. Falcostrix is taking stun from the middle of the map and taking stun from here, so we will see drop castle and maybe a Mangudai play, or this archer can have. But he should care Falcostrix, because if he's drop castling, he should make maybe a defensive castle, because he doesn't have the mass that can clean everything like that. Or he will make drop a castle here. I will drop first at TC. Okay. Mangonel will be a nice addition for Falco. Mangonel will make him be able to push a bit and counter some archers. But he will need to micro them. Wow, those 2 shots were insane. This one is less insane. And I think Falcostrix is making mistakes. I will just pause here. Because you see, when you are fighting like that, if the archer are hitting the Mangonels, that means they can't hit they are not hitting your calves. So you just need to engage with the calves while the archers are trying to kill the mangonel. He just let a trade mangonel against some archers, but he could have taken everything while his cav were engaging like that. And I think he is afraid of 3 pikes, and that's why he's not taking any fight. But while the archer are hitting the mangonel, that means they don't hit cav, so he doesn't have to fight. Like he can't fight boss, you know. And after that, he's trying to engage when there is no more mangonel left, so when archer can hit his cav. So it's a really bad decision, a really bad fight taken, you know. Another mangonel is coming. Maybe we'll see a great fight. He's giving up the heal also. That's terrible. I don't know why Falco is giving up everything like that, but he needs to fight better and fight faster. And you see, why Falco? Why are you backing? Oh, come on! You are giving him up so much ground advantage because you are not fighting when you have the advantage, and you are trying to fight when you have no more advantage. You know. And this castle will be denied, and Falco is going he's putting himself in a bad position, you know. Well, this will clean, probably. So this is not a so bad fight. But it could have been so better, you know, for Falco. I don't really understood what that was. Falco is maybe too afraid of taking fight against Archer Mass. But he has 2 castles right now. So he controls one side fully. He will need to control the other one. At least drop some outposts, you know. And that's what I don't understand is Civetta is playing Ethiopians. His outposts doesn't cost any stone and C4. So Civetta should have made a lot of outposts to check and understand how the map is and what are the troops movement of his opponents, you know. And again, Falcostrix is just trying to fight with 1 mangonels without bringing his knight back in the fight. And then when the mangonel died, just back, so he just took arrows and lost a mangonel for nothing. Economy for Falcostrix seems insane. Yes, 120 vils. He is so far ahead. He is thinking about heavy plow. I would like to see an handcart, but well. His economic is insane, but his military is not, you know. Well, those 2 archers will die probably. they picked 1 knight and only 1 archer died, so. And boss player, Civetta should have thought about monks, you know. When you are against full knight, you need monks. Monks are insane, because when it's the same time that when archers are hitting mangonels, archers don't hit calves, you know. And when calves are trying to snipe monks, they are not hitting archer. So it's the same thing, you know. And I think Civetta is... He had done well at the start because he made lancer spears, you know, and he should have stayed on pikemen, monks, and with some archer. It could have been better, you know. And now that he is splitting, he will be pushed on his base. If Falco wants to trade base, Falco can clean everything and bring Civetta back to 45 vils because he can only garrison 45 vils. Falcostrix isn't repairing, but he made some nice shots. Repair, Falco. Too late. Nice micro. And again, Falcostrix is shy, you know. He is shy and he will lose so much by because he's so too shy, you know, to bring damage. So he's bringing back his knights, will take a fight and doesn't look to his mangonel, so his push is aborted. He should have just trade, you know. He ran with the knights under the TCs. Civetta would have been panicked, and oh, that was huge killing. And I think, yeah, Falcostrix is taking wrong decision. And Civetta is has forgotten these fields, maybe. 17 on wood, 70 on wood is horrible, yeah, and the wood income isn't really efficient, you know. I don't know why Falcostrix didn't initiate, now that he has 3 castles. I don't know why he didn't initiate any Mangudai transition. Mangudai are, well, are a so strong unit, you know. And I think he should have gone on Mangudais really fast. Civetta is clicking Imp before Falco. And now he is fighting. That's what I said. When archers are eating Mangonel, they are not fighting. And so he can kill everything with his knights, you know. And now the archer were backing because they were feared the Mangonels. And so the archer backed. And meanwhile, he just cleaned most of the archer. So I think it's an Imperial taming into GG, you know. Because I don't know how this can be countered if Falco is playing well with his knights and keep massing and producing on the base. Both players made huge mistake on the map, I think. And Falco, come on. Falco. Okay. Falco is clicking him too, so it's not an imp into GG. But it will be an odd imp because the castle is here from Civetta, so his trap production can be intercept, I think. It's called like that. Well, won't be protected by his archer. And still no transition for Falco. I don't get that. You are Mongols. You doesn't have the +4 attack. So you need to stop going knights right now. When you click imp, well, the fact is that the knights won't be efficient later, you know. So as a Mongol, you should try to trade your army and your castle age army if you are going knights before going imperial, and then you are transitioning again with castle Mangudais and then making light calves, you know. But you have to transition and use this army that is not viable at all at the imperial age and before when it's still useful, because now it's like mid shields that will wreck against Ethiopian archer, and that's a terrible call going knights right now. He should have gone siege, he should have gone Mongudais, he should have gone everything but knights. Well, not everything but knights. It doesn't should have go from for camels neither, you know. And now Falco is in amp, and he needs trebs. He needs maybe Onegger, and he needs maybe drill, you know. He's going with rams, knights rams, okay, but his knights are very bad, you know. I don't. They will be melt. Just look at this. We will see a melting of knight, I think, with the archer. Or the archer aren't fighting. I don't know why. So since the archer aren't fighting and there is probably a patrol bug, this worked. I don't know why, but that's a lucky work, you know. And we'll see full rams. Okay. Rams is really a good move, but you will really need drill. Rams with siege ram with drill are insane, and I would love to see light cav upgrades and cursors upgrade to play as light cav and cursors, you know. I don't really like this castle. This castle I find is terrible. Is a bad one, you know. He should have started taking control of this area and starting focus this area from his opponent. And as I said, Cavaliers get just cleaned terribly. Cavalier Mongol is the worst play ever, 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 ever. The only worst decision that could have been taken is camels. Everything else were better. But Cavaliers cost so much and are so inefficient with Mongol. Even pikemen will be greater because you can hide your pikemen in the ram and push with the ram and the castle. And I don't know why he is going for Cavalier. He knows that Cavalier without the chainmail armor, you know, is totally useless. And we see a castle here, but this castle shouldn't survive. And still he is trying to take another fight. And the Cavalier will be melt. Oh, not really, he has the mass. And Civetta didn't go with his shuttle, so his shuttle is going back later. Too late. The only reason that Falco is winning this game is a huge eco lead he has. He's not winning because he's making the correct unit, but well, he's just winning because he has a huge eco lead and Civetta can't do really anything. But he's losing so much. And this castle is already on 8 economic kill, 9 economic kills. Well, ram were a nice addition, you know, but without drill, siege ram are less effective, you know, but ram were a nice addition. It was a nice play. And now we are seeing a Mongolite transition with browser and tech that are made. And he let all his ram die too. Cursors done, okay. The economy seems to be fixed a bit more on Falco side because he has put something like, yeah, 60 farms, you know. Well, it's time to say GG, I think. Yeah, okay. Well played from Falco. It's also a deserve and a not deserve game. I think Civetta lost it more than Falco's win it, you know? Because Falcostrix just played the map as he should do, but his unit engagement, micro, and choice of units, you know, were terrible, you know? Except the siege ram push, that was insane. Going Cavalier is nice early Castle Age, middle Castle Age, but he should have initiated a transition with it. And his fight by letting die first his Mangonel and then just run around with the Cav getting hit by Archer with Ballistic. His micro were not here, you know. But Civetta played this map like an Arabia map, and that's why he lost it. Because he was so behind. At least even in early feudal age, he already has almost 1,000 resources collected difference, just because he's not playing the map as it should be played, you know. And that's why I don't really like. I don't really like that play. You should adapt yourself on land map. I put maps on the tournament because they will need you to think about what's important, you know, on the map. What are the objectives and how you can deny your opponent on the maps and what you should do. And on this map, typically you have two possibilities. First one is going early for the middle play and going for an early land aggression and then dock and play with the dock. You can almost fish boom. We have seen it on pros games which are walled here, and here, you know, and they are making 3 docks and fish booming in this area. We have saw it. So just taking some fishes with 5 fishes like Falco's done, and with 5 fish trap after that, and just chill out with a bonus eco damage. We have seen it. We have also seen an early land pressure on this map by taking the middle and the shore fish, you know, and then drop with a really fast and impactful man at arms to bring your opponent on the defensive stance, and after that taking some fishes as everyone does on the map. So you have almost a land advantage and the map advantage, and you are going back with the economy by taking the fishes, you know. But if you are not going for any of these 3 options, you will just fall behind your opponent, because he will have more economic than you and he will just snowball you the game. And that's what happened, because Falco just snowballed on his on the fact that he had 5 fishes, so his castle age timing is insane. He could have made all his economic upgrades, whereas Civetta couldn't. Civetta had huge idle TC at the feudal age because he didn't have any food income. And that's because of the pressure put by Falco, because he had so much eco lead, you know. Imagine when Falco is when Civetta is castle, there is almost a 3,000 resources lead. That's insane, you know. And Falco just made wrong choices. That's why the game lasts so longer than it should be. But come on, 3,000 resources at 22 minutes. So that's why I said Civetta lost the game instead of Falco is winning it. But that's happened in the game. Let's go on the draft, guys. At least the Mongol pick was a winning pick against the first pick of Civetta. So it was a nice move taking Mongol since he win with them. But that maybe means that he will lose on slopes. We will see after, and go on the second map. The second map will be Zimbabwe. And on Zimbabwe, we'll see Koreans against Wei. That was what I said. I think you are late, Rose. I think you are really late. You're lagging or something like that. Hi, blah blah. How are you? So we have Wei against Korean. This map that you have a large food area like this, and a large golden stone area with a hill at the north of the map. You have 6 relics, always at almost at the same place. Those 2 just change, but the 4 others are always here. And those 2 are still always on the food area and the gold area, you know. And you start on a hill with walls, and the main objective of the map is taking the food from there the faster you can. Well, I'm fine, thank you, Blue Blue. I was afraid that I must do some ladder games, you know, this morning, but hopefully Falcostrix played last night, so I can cast him instead of playing. And on this map, so you don't want to bring back Zebra. He's saying all the time, and Parchment is logging at me every time because he is a nice, how to say that, imitators. He is mimicking me, you know. And always I said, please don't bring back those zebras. Just drop a TC that will make you a huge food income early Castle Age. And instead of that, bring back those zebra and those rhino to have food bonuses on the early game. And I think both players are making the same mistake. So I don't know what to say, guys. No one is listening to my cast, it seems. Hi Pito, how are you? I think Rose is lagging. Or is my chat lagging? I don't know, because she said GG, game was over 5 minutes ago. The brain latency is scramble. That's our default mode. Well, you don't work tomorrow, Pitolix? Yeah. Well, she will answer you in 5 minutes, Scramble. Wait a bit. Do you work tomorrow, Pitolix? You are on weekend tomorrow tonight? Okay. Well, I am always on weekend, so I almost forgot what it is to work each day on the well, each day on the week, you know. I don't get why Falcostrix played way to not going with a feudal boom way, and I don't get why players don't take at all the hunt. Guys, there is an area on the map, that means it should be used. Usually map makers don't make areas for fun, you know, on the map. If they didn't want it you to take food to have an advantage, they would just have put barren land on this and That's all, you know. At least bring the first rhinos. There is one clause that you can bring it home easily, you know. But like that, you are both playing like it was, well, Zimbabwe with only this side of the map, maybe this one, probably this one too, but this one, wow, I don't get why you are not taking food from all the possibilities of your other map. We were talking about brain lagging, Rose. Brain latency. You saw Eratus against Shirar? Shirar played against Eratus? On training, maybe? He trained on stream? But well, as I said, it's really unusual to not play the map like that. And even Falco isn't playing his Civ as he should have played it. With Way, you can go fast feudal, even more. With the Rhino that you can take almost three or four Rhino fast. Go with all your farm, your economic upgrades really fast, feudal, and have a 5 lead advantage, 5 vil lead advantage. Well, Rose, I think Rose doesn't have any sound. And we are seeing a loom here. So that means that he may want to castle drop in going with his unit unique. That's why we see loom before clicking castle age. Well, I really dislike Falco's approach on this map. But at least he made 2 economic upgrades, so he has 2 vil, he's 2 vil ahead thanks to economic upgrades and 1 thanks to loom. That's why you are still 1,200 euros. If you are not listening to my cast. We have seen a barrack and some spears. So it will be, he will make some spears to protect the drop castle, and we may see a drop castle right here in the middle area on the map to open Falco base maybe? Well... You're 1k3? Really? Rose? So we have a drop castle that is incoming, and well, a forward one. And Falco is making a monastery. He has a stable, but this castle will be annoying for Falcostrix. He's seeing it, so he can't answer it. And he seems to play this map like an arena one, trying to control relics when his opponent will probably go with a full aggression. So the monks will be nice at first to counter the war chariot, you know, but the castle needs to hit the gate instead of hitting the houses. And you should make fletching and bodkin arrow. So there is so much thing to click to have interesting aggression for Civetta. And Falco just adding one TC instead of two, and he's stonewalling. That's a nice move, you know, from him. And Civetta sees it and just go with 3 War Wagon, and then he will make 2 petards to clean the second wall, you know. Well, at least you are listening to me, Scramble, so you will improve if you are just playing. But Rose won't improve because she's not listening to me. And we've seen only one monk. That's a shame. He should have made more monks. But monks are still carrying a relic, so... I don't know what will happen on this game, but we have still no fletching upgrades, no nothing upgrades. And there is one petard more than it should have for Civetta that prevent him from going from Bodkin Arrow faster and fletching faster. He sniped a monk with his quote, that's well played. And now there are bombers, and 2 bombers just killed the wall, and he can go under the TEC. And now that's uncontested, because you don't have to go back. Go forward, mate. Go forward. Why is backing? He just can't dive. He doesn't take any damage from the TEC. The TEC have no fletching. It takes only 1 damage per hour. He just go. It need to go. Dive, dive. Kill this Mangonel. Dive. Oh, that's a shame. He may want to bring the petard on the Mangonel. I think a petard can kill a Mangonel, I think. And Bodkin Arrow is done. I will never blame Bleu Bleu. Never. And I don't get why Falco isn't going for a monk defense, you know? He should have just gone for a monk defense and trying to convert those chariots. And instead of that, he just making Mangonels, but Mangonels can be killed easily with chariots, with war wagons. And we're seeing a second TEC for Civetta. Wood income also for Falco isn't great at all. And see, they are taking no damage at all from TEC. So why isn't diving more, you know? Oh, Falco will open it? Okay. Shoot can be hard. Yeah, that was a nice attack run from Falcostrix. I think Falco just had to take more wood here and maybe add stone walls, you know? Just add 2 stone walls here and here, maybe here, and just bring his economy, build a safe place around the back of this base to be at ease, you know, against war wagon Koreans. And instead of that, he's exposing himself, but this TC can just be denied with war chariot and a siege workshop. One Korean's Mangonel, I don't know how it's called, rocket cart, and it should have been enough, you know. But instead of that, Falco is exposing himself, and isn't punished for that. And he's going on skirms. I don't know why he's going on skirms. Oh! Civetta knows that this area of the map exists. At least one of both players of the 2 knows about that. And as I said, this town center is very vulnerable. And it's normal that Falco is getting punished by going outside without any protection. If he wanted to go there, he should have bring a castle first, and then after the castle, protected by his army, he just had to drop his TC. But without going with a castle, that means that you can't really protect these villas. And the TC will die again on the War Chariot. He should just focus the villas, and now it should focus the mangonels. Oh, the bomber which was made. Bombers isn't exploding. The bombers isn't exploding. Come on, Civetta. Bring these bombers on the TC. I don't know what he's doing with these bombers. He's clicking him every time. Why? Civetta, why? And I don't know why he's backing, because he had made so much work in there. He just can't keep applying pressure, you know? And he won't be contested. And I don't know why he isn't doing that. And we'll see a siege workshop, as I said. Forward. I don't understand. I don't really understand what Civetta is doing. It just shouldn't care about this. Well, you have 2 mangonels. Okay, you have 2 mangonels. No problem. I will dive and I will kill you. And now that he let Falco's repairing his TC, he has everything to start again, you know? Just kill this code that can search about your rocket cart after that. But scouts are making only 3 damage, so that's nothing, you know? And we'll see a castle from Falcostrix, so maybe we'll start to see Tiger Calves. And Tiger Calves are a nice play against War Chariot, you know? Tiger Calf is a nice play against everything, but against War Chariot, Tiger Calf are insane, and I don't know why he's going on skirms. I don't get it. But Falco start to have a skirm mass that will be annoying for Civetta. Maybe 2 or 3 shots will kill each chariot, and chariot are really costly, you know. So maybe that will be scary a bit for Civetta, but Civetta will have rocket cart, and Falco still doesn't have made any tiger calf or anything. And he can just enter with 15 vills on a town center, so... But he will lose so much here. Falco have ballistic, so now that's really well punished from Falco. He stopped microing so bad. He was really well playing this fight. He should have just gone from there before, you know, but he is microing right now, so he will make so much damage. And Civetta just lose all his opportunity. On this skirm play. Skirm play is insane. And we see Fire Lancers to counter skirms. But Fire Lancer and Rocket Cart will be hard to counter with skirms. Oh, come on, this castle is a bit, well, I don't know if it's brave or unconscious. I think it's unconscious. And this castle won't go up. Huh? With the rocket cart, it can go up, this castle. Civetta should add 1 ville forward to repair. And Falco gave up this castle. And he should build one around here, maybe. And the Fire Lancer switch will be hurtful for Falco, because he can't Fire Lancer switch with the same economic, you know. He can't really contest it. He can't have he doesn't have to change economy, because Fire Lancer are wood and gold cost, you know. So this castle will be hard to counter, and after that it's a nice trap positioning, you know. Yeah, we will have a check on the bombers. I will rename it. I will call it Scramble, and we'll have a check on Scramble. Well, Falco managed to kill both of rocket cards, so... Is it Scramble or Falco? Falco managed to kill both of rocket cards, so... And he's having a huge economic lead, as always. So maybe he will be able to do something, but we have... The Fire Lancer transition is quite shy, you know. He only has one barrack, I think, so it's not going fast, and he should have made it maybe faster, you know. But he's clicking his upgrades right now. As boundary for the chariot, squares, and chainmail armor for the Fire Lancers. And as way player, how do you counter Fire Lancers? I think your only option is going with Xian Bei. I think Tiger Cav should deal okay with them. This castle can be huge, but this castle will be denied, I think. He can't make it. He will just take a so large hit from the Mangonel if he's making. Okay, 2 for 2. And we have a Shires castle. And there is enough skirm to counter Fire Lancer for now, so Scramble is here for the one who... Well, Scramble is staying on the area near gold, and that's why he works in Switzerland, you know. And we have a better Fire Lancer transition. And Falco is making another castle. But... yeah, this joke was easy, Scramble, I know. It's so late for a way to have this economic upgrade this late. It should have going faster, you know. But I think, yeah, the only way to counter Fire Lancer for ways is going for Xian Bei Riders. Tiger Cav should deal okay with them, I think. But that won't be cost efficient, you know, so... Falco economy seems really nice. And both players, Falco just take one relic and then forgot of relics, because there were when they whoa, come on, my words won't come out of my mouth. There was one scout, and then both players totally forgot about relics. But this relic already made 700 resources for Falco, so He should have taken more, you know. And Civetta, when you are playing all-in moves like for a drop castle, you need to take the relics because it's a so nice food income. So fire lancers, the shot from the fire lancers are insane, always insane. But we'll see traps. And Falco will have just Traction Trebuchet, and I think Wei doesn't have Siege and Guillier, so Traction Trebuchet may not be the unit that you want to counter the traps, but you have the only thing you have. After that, you have a bonus against your cavalry that have bonus damage against siege weapon, so it can be useful too. Or the micro wasn't good for. Architecture, that's a nice tech, well done. Bloodline, so we will see more cavaliers. Falco tried to solve and kill the market trade, you know. He sold a lot of resources for having gold. And he's going, or he will get sniped by the traps. He's not paying attention, so he will be sniped by the traps, I think. And will we see Fire Lancer Elite? Elite Fire Lancers makes a great deal, you know, on that. That's huge play. And Falco just lost everything on the castle and on the fire lancers. He's making chemistry, but the skirms are hitting them by 1 damage by 1 damage. With chemistry, it will double the damage from the skirm, so it's a nice improvement. And elite fire lancer is clicked. And yeah, I think fire lancer is a so huge unit to do against a way, because that force way to go with Xian Bei. And Xian Bei will be countered then by rocket cart, or even they are the distant shot for the fire lancer will make a huge deal also on the Xian Bei, you know. I don't know why the Destruction Trap is here. Wanted to die, maybe. And yeah, Falco isn't doing the correct unit to counter that, so he will be killed. And Civetta just have to engage. He doesn't need anything but just engage. And they took almost no damage. That's insane. And Falco is trying to go man-at-arms to counter that, but it won't work with Wei. Wei, they have poor man-at-arms, you know. They have just 200 swordsmen, and they lack the last chainmail armor, the last infantry bonus armor, you know. That's a nice win from Civetta. I think Falco didn't play the way the civilization should be played. The way W-A-Y and not W-E and I. I don't know how to say that letter. I. Of course. He doesn't play the way that should be played. I think it should have gone feudal boom and then drop castle, maybe to defend the drop castle. He was getting on and making some tiger calves, taking the relics, and then push. Because Wei is a castle age civilization, it's a weak imperial civilization, so this civ should be played to have an advantage early castle, you know. If you are not playing the civ to have an advantage early castle, you are missing something with the civ. You are missing the power spike of the civ, you know. And whereas Koreans is a great great late game civ, Wei isn't at all, you know. I love so much this music. Let's go on the draft, guys. Zimbabwe was a win for Civetta. So we will see the next map, but Wei loses against Koreans. And we'll go on Frigid Lake. And Frigid Lake, I think there is a huge civ gap on the map between Chinese and Italians. I'm quite good at the civ prediction right now. I'm proud of myself. Okay, Falco have a bit of idle TC. Probably because, well, when you're Chinese, it may be the... Hi, Lana. You are proud of me? What I say? What did I say? What did I say, Lana? Tell me. Well, Chinese? Proud of myself about the civ prediction. Yeah, okay. I thought I have made an English mistake, a huge English mistake, but no. Okay. Yeah, I have no brain, I'm sorry. At the start of the game, Chinese is the only civ where you can ring the bell, you know, to bring everyone inside and then push them outside, you know, to have faster recall time and lesser idle TC to have a better start, you know. But with Chinese, yeah, 5 on wood, he let just 5 on the fishes. This house can be done later with the next ville, you know. And this ville should have just gone dropping a dock, you know, before. But here he should take care because he missed, or he's lucky. He just have 50 food, but he missed something. By the way, I wanted to make you moderator, Elena, but I forgot it last time. I don't know if I can make it. Just looking at it. Yeah, no problem. Just wanting to make you moderator of my channel. That's why. But no, there is no requirement of being here or anything like that, you know. But if you are here and you are seeing a mod message or something like that, you can accept it. Well, thank you to you. It's not... I'm not making you a gift, you are making one to me, you know. So, I think Chinese is a huge huge sieve because he will have so much food income, so less idle TC that it should have on the Arabia map. So he will have almost 3 vil, a 3 vil advantage, and then he drop his dock faster than his opponent, so he has also a fishing advantage. That's really huge. Falcostrix did well on the build order, I think. Why good luck, Rose? Because she will need to moderate you because you are not kind to me? That's why. And we will see a 5 fish build, maybe more. Civetta didn't fish, it's really a lot, so he will be in trouble if Falco is playing the water also. Falco might maybe have vil too much, you know, but he will bring, I think, a dock here, and he will play double dock. He will play the water, I think, Falco on this map, especially against Italians. He's starting to wall and to secure his area, so it's a nice move. A new lumber camp is coming too. You really need a second dock here, I think, Falco. Before the scout, before the scout sees it. What are these mines? That's oysters. Oysters is a golden com that you have. I have asked Faro to add on this map because I wanted the middle of the map have a better impact, you know. And I wanted that because there was some strategy that were just walling on your base and fish booming on your main lac here, on your main how to say that, area. And I saw some strategy like that, and I find them really strong, that like on Mudflow, you know. And I wanted to counter that by letting players having more resources and more income from controlling the map. That's why I made I asked Fao to make that change. And we have seen a 4th archery range. Meanwhile, Falco is just making some hulks. And Falco isn't microing, so the fishes will go in, and maybe the dock will attack them. Yeah, the dock will attack. Okay, nice micro from Falco that is removing the getting killed Hulk from the fight. He should have taken the scout right here. And Falco is playing maybe too much water. He saw that his opponent is on only one dock. He shouldn't go with that full production. And by seeing that, Civetta should just send his archer forward, because that means Falco can play the mid that much and have defenses at his home. So he should just send his 3 archer right now forward to have an impact with them, you know. And it's just too passive, and Falco may be walled entirely by the time archer are coming to his base, and that's so huge for Falco. If I were him, I would drop a tower right now on his goal, because he has walled everything but his goal, so he needs to drop a tower, I think. And he knows that his opponent is going on land, because he saw the archery range, he saw the blacksmith, he saw that there is almost no investment on the water. So yeah, he's dropping the tower. Maybe a bit late, but he's dropping the tower. at least with the lake, he can just go with having gold here if he's denied from this area, you know. And he's dropping a barrack. He will drop an archery range probably. This tower really needs to be up. Okay, that's walled, and the tower is here. Maybe it's so bad that there was no nothing in front of the tower to prevent that. To have required just one palisade here, but by the corner. But Falco will manage to handle this because he will just make some skirms, and with some skirms he will be able to push out those archers, I think. And now that he has the middle, he should add more fishes and go with his fishing line upgrade, you know. And maybe our farm upgrade will be nice too, but well, I understand that if he has water, he prefer making some more fishes and fishes upgrade. He should need to add another dock here. And now that the skirm is in, well, the tower will just, everything will be safe for Falco right now. So Civetta needs to have a huge castle age timing, but it will be hard because Falcostrix has the middle of the map. And the aggression that arrives too late probably just gives the game to Falco right now. Because if the aggression, if he had gone with the 2 archers, seeing that Falco is really investing on water, the tower won't be up. He could have denied the gold. Then with the follow-up archer, just make a rally point here, and then with the 2 archer, apply pressure on the wood lines, and turn around the Falco base. The tower of Falco will be really lower, you know, and lower tier tower, and he will just have. He may have won on this aggression, you know. And instead of that, by waiting too much, knowing that your opponent is making full water aggression, he lost his window, you know, his momentum. I don't know if momentum is a correct English word too, but I love it. I love this word. And Falco will click Castle Age, will have a huge advantage. We are seeing a dock, and Archer will try to deny the Hulk and the fishes on the mid. Take care about demos. And yes, Archer, the water meta change. Archer can walk on the sea, on the I don't know how to say that area, but both have less pierce armor. So Archer are making more damage and more damage to boats right now, and that means you can deny water, but take care of the demos, because a good demo can just clean every archer that is left and that is walking on this area, you know. Falco should have had another dock here and here to add better efficiency to his fishes, because he's not taking the fishes at the correct place. Thank you, Lana. And another dock, another Hulk on it, and Falco may want to invest more, and the demo is shown. He won't be... this kind of play should be more hidden, you know? And he's not hiding. Also, we see a trade cog from Falco. And yeah, I think the trade cog will make all the difference. Well, in fact, trade cog have a huge pierce armor, so he can just make them as tanks, you know, by running on the map with them. And the Hulk is making huge damage to skirms. And I think Falco is losing against the water. I don't know how he made it, but he's losing in the water right now. And he's going with X-bow upgrade while going to skirms. So that means his opponent will just make few knights and he will be able to counter this skirm mass. And now the trading cog is making some use some efficiency, you know. You bring back 4 gold. And he's not countered at all. So we'll see an archer switch. I would love to see a monastery to take relics from both players, but it seems that they think that relics can only be played on the arena's map. And I would like to see the closure of this wall. But relics can be played on all maps, you know, guys? This trade cog is making his life. Can we see the trade value? No, we can't see it. I will check it at the end of the game. But it has bring back at least 20 gold. That's 20 gold, you know. And I think Falco, when he will go too much forward, he will be cleaned by Civetta army. And without any monks, and without the padded archer, not padded archer, the male archer armor, I don't know how to say that. The knights are going well. They are flanking, but that's so bad because Civetta should have go forward with his archer and then bring his knights to flank. And here he didn't make any damage on Falcostrix because Falcostrix has been able to retreat without taking damage from the archers, you know. So that's why the flanking move wasn't efficient, because the flanking wasn't timed, you know. First you want your opponent to discover himself and go forward, and then you want to flank and kill, like that. Like, Falco made a really great positioning mistake, and here you need to flank him, and you need to micro. And here the move was really most effective, you know, because the flanking was better, even with less unity, you know. One underestimated point of the game is often army displacement, you know. When you are, I won't say, when you are not aware of that possibility, because there is no bonuses on flanking from no bonus damages or anything from flanking, you know. You are saying you can think that army displacement isn't important at all because it's just a mass against a mass, but there is lots of importance on army displacement, and well, letting your opponent sometimes go forward to clean him, it's sometimes a GG move, you know. Falco have ballistics, his opponent too. So Falco has the advantage, and the rocket cart is making a great job here. But Falco should have had, he had a monastery, but no monks produced right now. And we may want to see a castle drop here if Falco managed to have a great archer mass. Yeah, that's a nice move. Is letting the skirms to be hit by the archer, and the knight is tanking with the skirms. That's so a nice move. He should do more skirms because he sees that his opponent is making just some knights, you know, and not on full knight. So he needs more skirms just to tank a bit more. And I think Falco wants to drop a castle here, but he won't do. He will go the easy and long game and drop a defensive castle here. That's also nice because he has so much food economy right here, and this is taking control of this turn and taking a bit control map to have also his gold included. So, and Falco is making so much damage with his archer. I think Civetta is overall better at microing and better meta player than Falcostrix. But Falcostrix is better. He's playing better the maps, you know. And since he's playing better the maps, he has he's taking a huge economic lead each time, and that economic lead, well, that's a sieve probably with Chinese on this map, it's insane, you know. But with that economic lead he has, he's making so much, having so much impact on the game, even if he's maybe a bit lower than his opponent in pure micro, you know. After this game I will take a short break, guys, because I need to take my water bottle that I have forgotten. And we'll see a Fire Lancer add to maybe mid-shield a bit for the archer against the knights. That's a nice add. I love it because, as I said the game before, you don't have to change your economic to add this, so it's always worth it to add some Fire Lancers, you know. And if you manage to have, I don't know, 10 Fire Lancers, it can be really hard for knights to have an impact on the aggression. And those rocket cards are making so huge damage. And the second castle here, okay, I would prefer it here. Not only because there is a heal, but it can control this gold, and have a shot on the stun too, you know. Well, we may want a lumber camp refresh, Falco. Okay, so they are now gold miners. So now he won't have gold and won't have wood anymore. And still no relics are taken. Bloodlines is made, so we'll try to switch with calves. I'm not sure that's the correct answers. I think the answers were archer with the same mangonels play, you know, because Italian archer are better than Chinese archer because you have more armor, you know. So I think the play wasn't to add knights, but to add more archer and add more mangonels, you know. And mangonels are coming so late, and I don't know how we can contest it, because there is already 4 rocket cards. Okay, the knight goes out. We'll see a big trade. If Falco wins this trade, he may just oh, this shot was huge. But still Falco will win this trade, I think. Because you have a large archer mass. So he doesn't have to be afraid of the heal. He just have to fight. But he's not fighting. Yes, he's fighting right now. And I think it will be GG. Yeah, Falco is going imp. I think I will be Civetta. I will GG right now because I lost all my army on this trade. Even if I made a great trade, or he will try. He will try with a castle. But if the castle is denied by the archer, well, it will be GG. Well, I think whatever what happens, he will say GG when Falco will hit Imperial. Okay, GG. Well played, Falcostrix. In this whole challenge, where Falcostrix is taking the lead. That was a song I made for the War Noob tournament. And every player had to make a song with Suno, you know, Suno AI, and that's how I discovered AI song, and I really like it. So Chinese won against Italians, and we will see probably slopes or arena. Since Civetta won with on a closed map, maybe Civetta will want to take arena instead of slopes. Why Wu was AI song are nice. Well, all music on this channel is made by AI to prevent copyright and issues, you know. So let's go on the arena map. Oh, I said I will make a short break before, so I will make a short break before, and we'll be back with my bottle of water. See you in 2 minutes. Hello, Contag Life. How are you? Around 60, 100 ego. Ma chaîne, tu veux rentrer? J'ai pas de problème à ça. Boss hello, around 16. Hello. 1600, not 1616. So let's go on the fourth game on arena. And we have Cumans against Byzantines. And Cumans can be really a pain in the ass for a Byzantine player, because he can boom, but he can also thrush and double TC boom if he knows how to do that. He can make a ramp push also, feudal. He can have so much different strategy, and he will have a huge Castle Age early impact. You know, when Byzantines will have the late game, Cumans will have everything before the late game. So it's a really hard matchup, I think. And because you are almost you almost have to fast castle with Byzantines against Cumans, because if you are trying to trash him, he will just have 2 TCs and he will just make his TC on stun, his second TC on stun, and out boom you, and you would just lose the game. So you have to fast castle and praying to have the correct game plan, you know, to counter him. That's a huge Civ and Arena. Cumans is a huge Civ and Arena map, but they are not just limited to a double TC boom. They can do so much things. So that's why I don't know what Civetta will do. Civetta will do. I saw the Siscan video, Contag, GG. The editing was nice. And the tips are always nice. I saw the Manatam one this morning before streaming, and we may look at it after the cast because I found it really interesting. But it's only in French, so I don't know if we will see it in. Don't know if we will look at it. I have also games to check about Lighty's one, and one game of Siscan that Siscan sent me that I would like to talk about, but I will probably make them in French. I'm sorry, guys. After that, because it will be easier for me to analyze high-level games in French than in English. Oh, come on, I'm coughing. I don't know what happened to my throat. Okay. Dum 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 dum. Am I losing my voice? No. No, okay. I managed to talk. Okay. It's better. We have a chicken arena map with 8 chickens. So a meal is viable on these chickens. Dum 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 dum. The question I have is where Civetta will make his second TC and how counter Cumans with Byzantine, you know? Because knowing that your opponent will take Cumans, it may have been a mistake to have taken the Byzantines against it. Well, it's a good Manatam build because it's mine. It's a good one. Take it and do it. Yeah, it was one of the first build I have taught him, you know, because he was always saying me that Manatarm sucks because he can't have his economic upgrades. And one time I say, okay, stop, I will show you how you can do that. And now he's fan of this build. But it's hard to think when all players have been used to play a start with 6 vil and then X wood 2, 3 or 4 or 5 on wood, you know, and it's hard to question, and that's why I think I am good at build orders, is because I am able to question the why everything people know as that not knows, it's consider as known, you know. Well, just I just have an objective, you know, and by having an objective, then I try lot of combination, and well, now that I'm used to this, I still make my build orders on my own without not training them. But it's just try and think about what resources I need, and then check about if I need more wood. Well, I will add 1 billion wood faster, etc., you know. The build I made, I wanted it to be able to drop my barrack after the mill, after the lumber camp, and that's why I tried first 6 vil on food, then 4 on wood. I could drop the building, but I was a bit early for the building, and my uptime wasn't before the 22 pop. So I tried to put 1 more food before and 1 less wood to see the timing. Set food 3 wood. Then I tried set food 4 wood, and then I tried 8 wood 3 wood, and then I tried 8 wood 4 wood, you know. And the same thing about rabbit and chicken. About chicken, I made calculation to know where meal is. Oh, that's a trade. I don't know why my. Okay. And for the first time, well, Falco should have hit faster than his opponent, because usually the blue won when they are both eating at the same time. So that's, I have some objectives on build orders, and then I try to, well, as much as combination as I can to manage to have my objectives, and then to manage to have my follow-ups. Then the first objective was to click in 19 pop, because the build order I thought to see scan is 19 pop, but you can the safer one is 20 pop, you know, but you can make the same build order with 19 pop. And I wanted to click early, put pressure early, but not dying with my economic, you know. So I tried so much combination to have that, and then I wanted to have a follow-up, multiple follow-up variable. So 1 skirm follow-up, 1 archer follow-up, 1 scout follow-up. And I made so adjustment about my transition to have this follow-up working, you know. Well, you can ask, you know, even if it's more question. I also can pause it to answer question. I prefer people that are asking question than not doing it. We have Falco made a fast castle, and he's dropping a castle. I don't really like this approach, and he's making a castle forward. I don't like at all this approach from Falcostrix, because, well, when you are playing Cumans and you are double TC boom, you will have a resource advantage around 22 minutes. The huge point of having this double TC boom is to have a huge impact at 22 minutes. Here, Falco, if he's just booming normally, without dropping a castle forward, he can manage to bring back the resource lead, and if he is booming very well, he can keep and match a Cuman's double TC boom, you know. But because of that play, he won't be able to match it. And by going castle forward just calls for, hey mate, just make me a knight ram push, and we will have some fun, because a knight will rape cataphracts and rams would just rape everything, and then he will push on the Falco base. I know already how the game will end and how it will be played, you know. And even if this castle isn't boring at all, so even if he doesn't want to push and unpush the castle, he will just make rams and go on the Falco's base, and game is already over. It will be a nicer move even to do that. So I don't get why Falco has choose this game plan, but this game plan isn't worth it on arena map. Do you also make build specific to some map save, or more generic from the time being? I do, for tournament, I do specific build saves, you know. But only for tournaments. Usually I try to have more standard builds that work with each sieve, because I'm playing random sieve, you know. And after that, builds are made for tournament. I try to adapt them without that I can use them with a random map and Arabia build, you know, or a random arena build. So I'm making builds to... Oh, this didn't have to die. So I'm trying to make... First I make specific build for tournament, and then I try to adapt them more generally, you know. I don't really like Falco's game plan, and Cataphracts, I don't know where Cataphracts can be a good idea. And he's making steps. Steps are most stronger again against Cataphracts, so... Caped ram, we'll see a ram push. He will need more steps. I don't know why he isn't producing, because his farm economic is bad, it seems. He doesn't have refreshes wood lumber camp, so he doesn't have some wood to drop farms, and he's taking his most wood efficient villas to make farms. So that's why he's having some issue with wood and with food right now. And Byzantine Tower will write Cuman's Tower, so even with 2 hits, it will wreck. That's why it's a nice drive with that attack ground. And now that we have Step will just kill the mangonels, and Push is rebooted, and well, okay. This tower isn't even annoying, so... The resource collected difference is so huge. I don't know where you can think that that kind of play can work with Byzantine, you know? Byzantine is a defensive civilization. If you just have boomed, you will be around the same economic than him, and you have a better late game with Byzantine, you know? So I don't know. I don't really understand why this castle forward and why this full aggression. But at least it seems to have provoked on Civetta a lot of idle, because you have 4 minutes and 59 seconds of idle time, and he still doesn't have all his forging and cavalry attacks. He doesn't seem to have more rams, but well, he should just go with rams forward and kill everything. He doesn't have to destroy this castle. This castle isn't annoying at all, you know? And he's making camels. Camels have a +9 bonus damage against cavalry. Cataphracts cancel 12 cavalry bonus damage. So that means camels are not doing any bonus damage to cataphracts. So you shouldn't go with camels against cataphracts. even heavy commerce are plus 18, I think, and Catafrox Elite have 16. So with heavy camels, you are just making plus 2 damage. This will be win for Civetta because he has more mass, and Falco isn't fighting with his knight. I think they were in stand ground and patrol didn't work or something like that, and it's GG. I think the strategy from Falcostrix was bad, and he gets punished on that strategy, you know. By default, which unit will you produce against Qumans when trying to enrich a game? Yeah, it's a nice bonus. It's why Cataphracts are killing all borders, you know, because they cancel half all borders bonus damage against cavalry. By default, which unit I will produce against Qumans? Well, if I were in this situation, you know, when the Cuman just double TC boom and goes for a fast Imperial with a castle and a keep shack, as Byzantine, I would just go with my own boom, hard boom, and then going with camels, you know, because camels Byzantine are really the counter of approximately all what a Cuman can do. Even Kipchak are not that good against camels at the Imperial Age. So camels, all borders are the most order units to be countered for Cumans, you know. And after that, I will just add a backlane, Arbalester maybe, X-bow backlane, you know. And well, Cumans can do anything against that kind of play, you know. Cumans is a really weak sieve against camels, against our all borders, you know. Well, Cuman is probably the sieves I master the most, you know, because I trained a lot on closed map with them, and the better way to counter an all border play is with steps. Step Lancer can do that if you have enough mass, or then making a transition, infantry transition, you know. Keep shack, well, at least at my level, because I have no micro at all and no IPM at all, Keep shack is a wrong good idea, you know. But on a good level, Kipchak can do the work too, but it's not that easy, you know. But you can give Kipchak one more range because it will be and Brasa because it will be a 2 OP unit. It's so hard, you know, to balance that kind of units. Anyway, we will go on the last game. So Falcostrix lost the arena, and the last game will be on slopes. And Falcostrix isn't at all a slopes player, an Arabia kind of player. So I think he will fall behind on slopes compared to Civetta and what I saw from Civetta. I think Civetta has the advantage of the map on slopes. About the matchup, we'll probably see Berbers against Malian or against Bengalis if Civetta wants to do a phosphor rush, you know. But I think we'll see Berbers against Malians. And what do I prefer? I think I prefer Berber in this matchup too. It depends on what Malians can do and if Malians manage to have Agbetos as a backlane. If Malians manage to have Agbetos as a backlane, it could be really hard for Berber to counter that. Unless he also managed to have his cavalry archer backlane. And even that, I think Beto's backline is stronger than Cavalry Archer backline. So that will be played in mid shield war, and backline, and Malians will win. I think I prefer Malians on this matchup. But the risk is that Falcostrix often goes with Archer and stay on Archer, and Malian doesn't have Brasser. So Falcostrix can be in a situation where you have a huge crossbow mass, goes Imp, and oh, come on, I don't have Brasser. I can't really snowball on my advantage, you know? So let's see the game. I'm curious about it, and I hope that we will have a huge match between both players for that fifth game, you know. Ça va, ma princesse? T'es la plus belle. C'est l'heure du dodo, hein? So, Slops is that map where you have 4 deers, 2 shorefish, 4 deers, 2 shorefish, and so at each side with a gold or a stone. I don't know if they are always opposite like that. I don't know. I didn't pay attention to that, but that could help knowing the map if they are so always opposite like that. And this map is really easily wallable, but will require lots of palisade, you know, because you can wall from all your forest, you know, here, and here. But it's a lot of walls. But if you're managing to do so, you will take so less damage from raid or anything like that. I expect Falco to go with a Man-at-Arm opening, but it seems he doesn't know about the Great Siscan build order. So his Man-at-Arm probably will be less impactful that it could be. And for Civetta, I expect well, against Malians, you're expecting a Man-at-Arm. So what do you do? I don't really know, because you can't really go scout. Because going scout against a Man-at-Arm, if Falco is adding spears, it will just clean you, you know, with spears, and you will have trouble to counter it. But going Archer against Malian's Man-at-Arm, which have the +1 pierce armor, can be harsh too. We'll see a mill, I think, here for Civetta, and Civetta is making Loom to take no risk on that. That's smart. Falco is bringing back some deers from that side, and he may want to mill this side after that. And I think Civetta is scouting. 3 on wood. It may be a scout rush. He will try maybe to handle the Man-at-Arm with a scout rush. Oh, he should have taken first the fishes, because the fishes have more income than the hunt. The barrack, so yeah, he's making a terrible build order. Because he is making a build order without mill. And as I always said, if you are going with Man-at-Arm opening without mill, that's a bad build order. And that's why that's thanks to people that are making that in ladder against me that I am 1,800 elo. It's just because people gave me the win by making such build like that. Because if you are getting some pressure on your berries when you are making a build order like that, well, you will just be idle because you won't be able to produce more and more and more wheels, and you would just die on your build order. So he's lucky. Falcostrix is lucky that he won't open Mana Tarm with Berbers. And he will drop a mill here. And Civetta is scouting it, but a bit too earlier. So maybe he won't see this. And that means that the wheels will have a huge impact, you know? Barak in front of berries, okay. I would have tried to wall, because he walled like this. I would have to try to wall here for Civetta first, and to have a side, you know, walled side. And instead, and after that, expanding my wall on the other side, you know. Falco scouted the mill. He went for that scouting, so Mana Tarm will probably hit the mill first. And this mill is badly positioned, but at least Falco is taking the fishes first. And Civetta saw the Mana Tarms. He seems to have taken some shots from it. So he will need to move out those vills, but those vills will have Berber speed, so they will probably escape. Unless the scout will block them. And we see a stable opening against this Mana Tarm. I don't really like the scout opening, but Falco isn't. Why isn't targeting the mill? This is 4 villas, you know, 4 villas that you can kill, and you are not targeting them. And it's just lucky that his top is his stable production, and he stop everything. Game is almost over on this Mana Tarm. But that's because Civetta trolled it, you know? And Falco isn't adding any spears. I don't know why. You saw that your opponent is starting with a stable. You have to add spears, and you have to wall this vill. Or this vill will die on the scout. This vill is dead. And I don't get what is making Civetta. It's not producing any scouts. And the vill fight will be terrible because he's not fighting with all his villagers, and he will lose 2 vills on that, and still not producing more scouts. I don't understand what it's panic, you know. And Falcostrix doesn't even have to add a range. It just adds spears and blacksmith and defensive upgrade, and this Mana Tarm is unkillable because you can't fight Mana Tarms with vill if you have the +1 of death. The +1 defense, you know, and he's losing all his Mana Tarms and taking a bad fight when he just have to run, accept that, make some spears that you send them forward to protect your Mana Tarms, and then after that blacksmith, defensive upgrade, and your opponent is dead. And Falco, he had the advantage, and he just giving it. And Civetta, who had made such bad start, well, can't be back in the game, you know? But that was very bad handled by Civetta, you know? And Falco isn't fully walled, and he's trying to... He should wall here. I think that's a first wall in case of the opponent is going forward, you know. But there is already 2 spears that can protect this vill if the spears are well placed. And yeah, he should try to not... Okay, that's 3 hits. And this wall will go up. Those vills are in danger, nevertheless, because... I don't... Oh no, he didn't saw the mill, but he sees the dead bag, so probably he will chase those vills. Those vills are trying to hide, I think, here. He will probably make a lumber camp here and just try to wall them and be safe with them. And Falco is Falco is fully walled, so he doesn't. He won't have. He won't take any damage. He could have made a door right here instead of re-walling with a palisade, you know. Well, you have a huge advantage because you have 3 economic KD, at least 1.5 fill with ideal TC advantage. He has his eco upgrade where Civetta doesn't have them. So Civetta won't be able to change any gameplay he decide around 20 minutes when he will hit Castle Age. He won't be able to change anything he wanted to do. While Falcostrix will have the opportunity and the freedom to do whatever he wants to, you know. Blacksmith, okay. The Archer follow-up, I don't think it's very useful here. He should just have gone Castle Age. But he can take his 2 archer with 2 spears, especially if he's making fletching. He can just take his army, 4 archer, 2 spears going forward to check if my opponent has made an archery range, to check if I can find some damage. He saw that mill, so he can't think that the opponent is making the same thing than him with his lumber camp, so he can try to have an impact on them, but instead of that, he's just staying passive. And when you stay passive, you miss momentum, you know? I love this music too. I asked AI to make me a music like I was on the steppe by on a horse, you know, Ogalu, I don't know how to say that, but really fast on a horse, and it made me that kind of music. I think I asked also that I want to be. It has to be with some Cuman traditional, instrument, but I'm not sure about it. And Falco is so passive, you know. I don't know why he's that passive. At least Civetta took all map information and he has a better Castle Age timing than his opponent. But Falco is... I don't know why Falco is so late. Because he invested so much on Archer, I think. The music with this fight will be amazing. Okay, Falco, if you have clicked, you have seen the +1 armor. He should have seen also, he will see bloodlines probably after that. The spear are not following the archer, that's so bad. And the archer are not... Come on, guys. And that means, or he's clicking, he has already 400 resources in his bank. And he will start going commerce. So he will make probably crossbow. That's a bit late to go forward. He should be clean before by his opponent once the opponent reach Castle Age. So he may not have a crossbow mass, and that's bad because he made his feudal to have these 8 crossbows. So here he just want to go back, and he just want to survive with his 8 archer back here, and then upgrade them as crossbow with crossbow bodkin arrow, and have a back lane behind your front lane camel. And instead of that, he will just die on 4 knights with a +2 play, you know, +2 armor. I will manage to talk, I think, one day. And yeah, he will just die everything before going crossbow. That's a huge mistake from Falcostrix, and he will be punished. nicely played for. Well, he should kill first the spears. Okay, and that's a huge mistake for Falcostrix, because he made this feudal to have this 8 archer, so it's wasted money, you know. And the knight and the army will start going here to clean this area, because these villas are very vulnerable. And so we will see camels to counter them. But Falcostrix didn't make any door here, so camels will have to make the large circle to defend here. Oh, there is a hole. There is a hole. There is a hole. Okay. 2 villas are dead already. And probably all will die after that, because you won't be able to repair everything and won't have the APM to do that. Yeah, the door is made here, but well, those villas are sacrificed. Requiescat in patchy, guys. I will rename it Cantug, and we will see, have check up on Cantug. If Cantug is surviving or not the game. That's so bad that I can rename Ville, but I can't just have a click on a specific Ville name. You know, it will be a nice add on the interface. Last time we had a scramble on Zimbabwe. Scramble died. Scramble was a bombers that was made too early, you know. And you didn't die. I think you died. I will check the replay to check on that after that. I forgot about you. You were so idling on the area, so I didn't know. I didn't know that. Can I just put a control group? Yeah, if I... No, I can't. The control group doesn't work. Oh yes, if I click on them, it works. Okay, so Cantug, you are here. And we have a full camel Malian play against a full Berber camel play, and well, Castle Age Berber are better because they cost less, 15% less, you know. And that's where a backline, a crossbow backline could have been huge, because crossbow backline would have raped the camel combo, camel knight combo, you know. And I think Falco should add some pikes, or try to have some guetos, you know, not staying on camels, but trying to add another unit to his combo, you know. Oh, sorry. Don't know what we are waiting for, because we have a larger mass. Where is Cantug? Okay, you are idling, Cantug. Every people I rename on the map are idle every time. I don't know why, but people get idling, AFK, and they are just doing nothing of the game. I could have made a better word game. He could have been called Kantek the Survivor, you know, about the manga Ken le Survivant, you know. The same thing. We have a nice stack, standard stack patrol. And I don't really know if there was a winner on this fight. By looking at the KD, it seems that Civetta won this fight, you know. But there is on the KD there is 8 archer and 2 spears, so maybe not. It was kind of equal fight. Falcostrix seemed to win this fight. He had a larger mass, a larger economic, and now that with this fight, no players made any other thing than camels. They should have made monks, spikes, anything, but no, we will do camels. Camels eat. Well, you can't take. You're not idling? Oh, you're a farmer now. Can't take the farmer. Yeah, but +2 on camels aren't that game breaker, you know, because what's important on camels is that they eat the more they are eating, you know, because for each hit they apply bonus damage. So attack upgrade aren't that efficient. Of course, in equal mass, camels with attack bonus will probably win, and I say probably because if you are stacking patrol or standard patrol or everything that can change if your camels are, I don't know why not all eating, well, you can also have issues with that, you know. But the more important in Camel War is more the mass and the defensive upgrade than the offensive one. And we see a castle, that's a bad castle. We would love to have seen a forward castle like here. And I don't know why now Falco is making a pike transition when he saw the castle. I think he saw the castle. He saw the castle. So he knows that there will be archer, a backlane, archer command in the field, you know. And I don't know why now he's trying to make a barrack transition where, well, unless he's trying to make that for the Imperial Age, I don't think it's useful. What would be useful is a Gbeto transition. Gbeto as a backlane is so huge unit. But camels, but pikes right now it's a bad unit. Shams can be a good unit, but he will need to be Imperial Age to have the +3 pierce armor bonus. That will be insane. Anyway, as all games, player doesn't know about relics. Contag, you are still a farmer. I think you will stay a farmer all game, you know. But you survive of that aggression. You have some traumas that you are trying to heal with the ground and the hard work, you know. Wheelbarrow is so late. Boss Echo also forgot about all upgrades economic. Yeah. I would enjoy to be that kind of humble, you know, and in my dreams I am a farmer, you know. But in reality, I dislike everything but playing to the game, or well, casting the game or everything about that. And I am so clumsy with my hands, so... Now that Falco is imping, Falco should want to keep his army, and he's showing that he will going on a transition because he's making his barracks so forward, and we'll see a champion transition. That's nice. I kinda like it, you know, because Malian champs are really effective, especially if you prepare well the transition during your castle age timing. That you mean you can produce during your imperial timing. That means that you can produce. But with that army and against that army, I would just have gone betas, you know. I think that's a complicated game plan. There is a fisherman here. And you don't really want to take that fight, but Civetta is so bad position that you have to take this fight, you know, but you don't really want it as Falcostrix. And when Falcostrix will be imp, he may want to take the fight Civetta before Heavy Camel pass, you know. He saw the Man-at-Arm transitioning. The transition wasn't well made because chainmail armor wasn't up as fast as it should have been, and we would like to see any castle, but we are not seeing any castle. And right now this army is a castle age army, so Civetta doesn't fear castle age army with his composition, and I think Falco is making the wrong upgrade at the wrong time. You know, he should have started with Heavy Camel, maybe Farimba, and try to clutch the game before, and then after try to make his champion transitioning, because right now he has an army that can't really be used, and he forgot about trebs, so he couldn't treb Civetta. But he has the map control. He should have put his trap here, you know. Oh, it wasn't Countug. Countug is still here. Farimba, okay. Plate mail armor, heavy camels. Okay, we are making the correct upgrades right now. We should really need champs, but champs is expensive, you know. And I don't know why this infantry just stay here, you know, because camels can protect the traps. This infantry can just go here and go run on the economic, you know, instead of just going by that. But now we have heavy camels. Farimba, we can take a trade. And that just before the imp age timing, so it's a huge trade for Falcostrix, and Falcostrix is going forward with his champs so that they get aggro from the hit from the Carmel Archer. That's nice, and the game is won, I think, for Falcostrix right now. That's well played from Falcostrix. He tried to well micro his infantry and put it in front of his Carmel to tank the arrow of the Carmel Archer. That was well played from him. Things weren't done in the correct how to say that, order, you know, once he was going to Imperial Age, but he made it work, you know, so it's well played from him. So this set is over. I will go in French now. For the English speaker, I will probably cast another set Sunday morning. I don't know which one. but I will probably cast another set Sunday morning. Done the right way. Okay, thank you, Conteg. My English is not good. I didn't go add English classes when I was at school because I learned it at the second languages. Not my first was Spanish, and I didn't have teachers, English teachers. So I come all my scholarship without English teacher, and my first I think was I was in première in French the year before the baccalaureate, and I wasn't able to speak any word, and I don't have the vocabulary. I don't have the way you the conjugaison, mais je sais même pas comment on dit conjugaison. Well, I miss so much basics, I think, in English, and all that I learn English, I learn it by reading a fantasy book. So I'm trying to speak it because it's, well, I think player like having cast in the language they understand, and I think that it makes me improve, just by speaking it. So we had 2 games, and I will go in French right now. Sorry, for English people. And so I was saying before, I will stream another set on Sunday morning at 6:45 GMT. So feel free to be there, and I will now go in French. Messieurs, dames, j'ai 2 parties à vous montrer. 2 parties qui sont assez intéressantes. Parce que sorry, désolé, on m'a écrit. Donc j'ai 2 games. J'ai une game de 6 cannes à vous montrer et j'ai une game de Lighty à vous montrer. Et je vais les passer en français. On va commencer par sûrement la game de Lighty et on finira par la game de 6 cannes. Et après ça, j'arrêterai mon stream. Est-ce que cela vous convient, messieurs, dames? Merci, Quentin. Bah, en vrai, vraiment, mes premiers cours d'anglais, je crois vraiment, c'était en première, quoi. Et donc je suis arrivé, je savais dire pas grand chose à part des mots qu'on n'a pas le droit de dire. Donc vraiment j'ai appris l'anglais en lisant et avec les jeux. Mais je vois que j'ai des trucs que je sais, enfin tu vois que j'ai du mal à gérer, genre les trucs basiques, hein, des chiffres. À chaque fois je confonds 16 et 60. Après, je suis dyslexique en plus, donc ça aide pas ce genre de trucs. Les trucs ahead, below, tu vois, des trucs basiques, tu vois, que je connais pas et que je sais pas deviner. La conjugaison, l'ordre des mots dans mes phrases. Il y a plein de trucs à revoir, quoi. mais voilà, je m'entraîne et puis bon, de toute façon, qui ne tente rien n'a rien, donc il faut parler pour avoir des trucs positifs, quoi. Donc je vous propose de regarder cette game de Lighty d'abord. Hop, on change totalement, hein, le truc. Et j'ai pas changé mon titre de stream. Alors attendez, 2 petites secondes, je vais mettre pause. Quoique non, je peux laisser tourner et puis je vais changer mon titre de stream. Si j'y arrive. Hop, et langue du stream, français. Voilà. Bonjour monsieur monsieur Licol, comment vas-tu? Ça fait quoi d'avoir perdu contre Shen? Est-ce que tu te les bouffes un peu? Donc Lighty joue contre Nézar, donc à peu près le même elo, environ les deux joueurs. Lighty joue Sicilien contre 1. Ok. Non, même pas. Ouais, moi je pense que la Land Madness, tu peux te les bouffer. Moi sur la Land Madness, je me laisserai bouffer à ta place, en tout cas. Euh, le match-up est pas giga facile, dans le sens où Sicilien, ça struggle un peu contre les 6 archers de cave. Euh, et le bonus éco sicilien, il est assez peu visible avant 23 minutes, c'est-à-dire au moment où le 1 aura déjà une masse d'archers de cave. Donc tu vas pas vraiment avoir un impact, quoi que ce soit, par rapport au 1 avant la 25e minute. Et le 1 aura déjà eu un bonus éco et tout. Et donc c'est un match-up que je trouve pas facile. Et même à l'Impérial, même si tu as des cavaliers avec Aubert qui sont assez insane, je vois pas comment tu peux counter une grosse masse de CA avec une rangée d'albardiers devant, quoi. Donc le match-up va être difficile et le match-up va être de savoir comment on contre au final ce play CA que notre adversaire ira chercher obligatoirement. Et notre adversaire commence déjà à murer. Nézar, ça commence à wall. Il a vu un petit trou ici, là, à pouvoir wall. Je l'aurais fait un petit peu plus tard à sa place, mais ok. Est-ce qu'il a vu son deuxième sanglier? Oui, il a vu son deuxième sanglier. Et on se ramène ces cerfs. Côté Lighty, on a un deuxième pack de cerfs qui est pas très loin en fait. Hein. Ce pack-là est pas loin du tout. On va faire un donjon ici pour Lighty. Donc ça va lui permettre de se protéger un peu dans la zone. Par contre, attention, on n'a pas loom. Après, on a notre poteau à côté, mais ça peut être contest. Surtout qu'il y a une petite colline à la con là. Ça peut vraiment être contest quoi. Pour Lighty, au niveau de son scouting de base, on est plutôt ok. On a vu notre premier goal, on a vu notre troisième goal, on n'a pas vu le deuxième. Donc ça, c'est un petit peu dommage qu'on n'ait pas checké et fini de check ses golds pour voir comment on allait wall sa map. Et sachant que moi, à sa place déjà, j'aurais checké un peu par là pour voir comment c'était foutu. Et là, j'aurais vu, parce que j'ai une pierre forward et j'ai une pierre dans le back. Donc j'aurais essayé de voir comment j'aurais pu faire en sorte de sécuriser cette pierre. Bon là, c'est assez difficile vu sa map. Mais ça aurait pu être un objectif, quoi. Ok, donc on a un start. À mon avis, l'IT va juste ouvrir Scout Rush. Et son adversaire va être full wall. Il va faire sûrement aussi une ouverture Scout Rush à deuxième camp de bois. Donc on est sur un play Scout Rush, quoi. De chaque côté. On sécurise son début de partie côté l'IT par ses walls. C'est assez smart. Bon, c'est un petit peu de... Non, non, non. Ça, c'est pas nécessaire, l'IT. C'est un bien mauvais call. Mais je pense qu'il a cliqué trop loin et qu'il y avait les murs. Donc c'est pour ça que son scout est reparti sous le TC. Là, ce péon-là, il travaille mal. Il faut bien gérer les villageois. Tu commences à être à un niveau l'IT où chaque villageois a son importance. Et donc, il faut bien gérer ces villageois. Là, par exemple, il y en a 2 qui auraient dû être de l'autre côté, je pense, de ce camp de bois. Et on sait bien sécuriser son début de partie pour l'IT. Donc, on va bien faire une maison. On fait un sergent. Pourquoi on fait un sergent? On va faire 2 sergents, mais on n'a pas fait d'or. Donc ça veut dire qu'on va pas scout rush pour l'IT, on va juste défendre. On a vu les walls de notre adversaire, on s'est dit ok, il n'y a aucune chance qu'on réussisse à faire un truc. Donc on va... Alors que il a réussi à garder, il a vu que ça c'était ouvert. Et c'est pas 2 sergents, même s'ils ont un bon bonus et qu'ils vont bien tanker. À la rigueur, il aurait fallu balancer un lancier forward en même temps que ces deux sergents. Parce qu'il a vu qu'il n'y avait pas d'or qui a été pris, l'IT. Donc il doit se dire, ok, mon adversaire n'a pas pris d'or, il faut absolument... il va donc partir scout, c'est évident. Et il est quasiment full wall, il faut que j'empêche le wall. Et pour empêcher le wall, il va me falloir aussi... Ok, il va perdre son truc. Il va me falloir aussi un lancier pour empêcher les premiers fights et forcer une transition hors à mon adversaire. Et là, j'ai l'impression que côté Lighty, on veut essayer de mettre la pression juste avec ces deux sergents. Et deux sergents contre des scouts, c'est nul à chier en fait. Hein. S'il n'y a pas de lancier, ça c'est pas bon. Bon, on a une belle sécurisation de notre base. J'aurais préféré qu'on prenne un poil plus d'espace côté Lighty, histoire de pouvoir envisager de prendre cette forêt là en cas de problème. Ah. Bah, il a réussi à sauver son scout en tout cas. Ça va rentrer hein. Oh putain, la luck. Et donc on a un petit scout rush qui montre ses trucs, mais même pas d'up des fermes côté Nézar, c'est très très mauvais comme BO côté Nézar. Et côté Lighty, on a une défense, par contre on est en train de continuer à faire des sergents, donc ça veut dire qu'on veut vraiment porter l'agression. Le problème c'est qu'on n'a pas fait de caserne, et sans caserne on n'a pas brasier et arson. Ça c'est un truc que j'aimerais bien que ça soit dans les donjons, tu vois. J'aimerais bien que les ups de la caserne, en gros qu'on enlève la caserne côté sicilienne, qu'on enlève toute la ligne Manatarm, qu'on la remplace par la ligne sergent parce qu'elles ont exactement la même utilité, et qu'on mette toutes les ups dans les donjons. Gambazon, Squire et Arson, qu'on mette ça dans les donjons aussi. Et qu'on mette Elite Sergent aussi dans le donjon. Là il va se faire clean, Lighty. En plus il est pas dessus. Et vu qu'il n'y a pas de lancier forward, bah ouais, ça sert à rien ce qu'il fait Lighty. Vraiment, j'aime pas l'ouverture de Lighty et je trouve que le BO de Nézar est catastrophique. Donc vraiment, là tu me dis un guess de Hello, je dis pas qu'on est à 2400 quoi. Lighty a une très belle écho, mais Lighty va peut-être pas avoir de bois pour construire ses bâtiments. Il va falloir faire son wall TC est là, mais ça va rentrer. Ça dive, hein, évidemment que ça dive, Lighty. T'es contre des scouts. Un joueur scout, ça dive. Et donc là, on va avoir une transition CA hein, côté Nézar qui est prévue. Et Lighty va même pas pouvoir... faut cliquer par contre, monsieur Lighty. Mais vous n'avez pas de deuxième bâtiment. Donc vous ne pouvez pas cliquer parce que vous avez fait qu'une forge. Voilà, voilà. Je l'avais colle, non? On n'est pas d'accord que je l'avais colle? Et donc là, Lighty va avoir zéro impact. Avec tous ces sergents qu'il a fait, il va avoir zéro impact. Et je sais pas du tout parce qu'il s'est coupé hors de sa pierre. Donc ce qui fait qu'il peut même pas essayer d'envisager un play un peu défense sergent, enfin défense donjon ou des trucs comme ça. Donc son adversaire va juste avoir une masse de CA tranquillou bilou. Et il va vivre sa meilleure vie en fait. Hein. Et donc là on va partir sur un play de défense scam. Ok. J'aime pas vraiment la défense scam contre un play CA, en tout cas contre un play CA 1. Parce que le 1 va avoir tellement de possibilités d'overspam. Et là, les 45 secondes de retard, hein, c'est le bâtiment qui manque de l'IT. On voit le deuxième TC? Ouais, on voit le deuxième TC. Ouais. Je suis en train de regarder l'heure, messieurs dames, il va falloir que j'accélère la game parce que j'ai... Attendez, je vais juste regarder le temps qu'elle prend. Ouais, 43 minutes. La game de Siscan, je la ferai assez vite parce qu'il y a juste un truc que je veux vous montrer. Haïti n'a pas de marché, hein, donc il peut pas acheter de TC. Donc il est en train de rusher un marché pour pouvoir acheter un TC pour pouvoir le faire là. Ça va être clean. Le monastère pour essayer de jouer les reliques. L'atelier de siège forward pour contrer les scams. Nether nous fait une game méta, tout ce qu'il y a de plus méta en 1 avec les 1. Et j'ai l'impression que ça va être assez efficace en vrai. Parce que là, il va push par ici. Il va essayer de push ce TC par ici. Et l'IT va pas être capable de répondre à ça. Parce que pour l'instant, il n'a pas de pierre. Il s'était coupé de sa pierre. Donc le temps qu'il récupère la pierre, là, on aimerait bien avoir posé un donjon ici. Ou ici. Mais on peut pas. Donc, tant qu'on n'a pas l'esquive, on peut pas aller poser un donjon. Donc c'est un petit peu embêtant. Et je sais pas pourquoi on est parti aggro avec nos skiers. Bah, il suffit d'un chevalier pour que ça soit fini quoi. C'est bien ces outposts hein, pour Nézar, ça lui permet de prendre une belle vision. Il n'y a pas d'up de def, il n'y a pas de plus 2 d'attaque, il n'y a pas d'up de def, ces skiers mais ils servent quasiment à rien pour l'instant. Belle micro hein, mais on n'en a pas profité pour sortir pour poser un donjon. Donc on n'est pas giga bien. À la place de ça, on va essayer d'expandre sur le côté. Mais vraiment, hein, un donjon, ça aurait permis de clean les mangos. Hein, parce que le donjon aurait pas. Tu peux mettre 10 pions dedans. Le mango, il peut pas tenir hein, sur un donjon avec 10 pions dedans. À la place de ça, on va faire une transition chevalier. À laquelle on a l'air de s'attendre côté adversaire. Ok, c'est bien des push. Moi vraiment, j'aimerais bien qu'ils sortent poser un donjon. Le donjon, ça, en plus d'avoir un effet... aggro, ça a aussi un effet qui deny un peu. Le moine s'est fait sniper. Ah. Haïti a réussi à prendre combien de reliques avec ça? 2 reliques. Il en a une troisième, je crois. Ah, et là, le problème, c'est que les 1, bah ouais, ils vont juste jouer full CA comme des débiles. Et là, il a besoin d'un château. Et j'ai pas l'impression qu'il veuille sortir poser son château en défense, le bon Haïti. Et donc là, l'Haïti est bloqué sur un fight HD château contre un mec qui va être impérial, qui va juste faire brassard des trèbes et en fait qui va outpush tous les châteaux qui ont été posés avec des trèbes et avec brassard parce que l'Haïti va pas pouvoir contester ça. Donc le fait d'ajouter des béliers en soi c'est très smart côté l'Haïti, mais il faudra en ajouter plus. Et même en fait si on les ajoute, on va avoir un problème sur notre timing MP quoi. Et avec brassard, chimie, bon, il n'y a pas encore balistique donc ça va. Oh non, Lighty. Et là, Lighty, il doit se dire, ok, ma seule chance de contrer ça, c'est full cave Aubert. Et à la place de ça, il a l'air de partir sur full skirm. Ce qui va rien contrer du tout. Parce qu'il va se prendre des light cave derrière dans la foulée, il va se faire bully. En plus, son écho est en train de tomber là, petit à petit, par cette masse de CA. Ces unités, je sais pas où est-ce qu'elles sont, là-bas. Je sais pas ce qu'elles foutent là-bas. Ce château là, il fait mal. Hein. En plein milieu des fermes, là, il fait très très mal ce château. Tech Aubert, plus 4 de def, il faut que tech cavalier, il faut avoir une grosse masse de... chevaliers et tenter de clean ça, mais maintenant on n'a plus de fermes qui ont été posées, donc on est obligé de reposer toutes nos fermes dans le bac. Ça nous coûte très très cher en fait, hein, cette agression qui a... Ouais, on veut protéger ces villes pour l'IT, mais on peut pas vraiment... En fait, l'IT, il a voulu faire trop de shots, je pense. Il veut jouer Skir, mais il veut jouer Knight, alors qu'il fallait juste aller sur... Sa seule chance, c'était une full chevalier avec Aubert. Parce que full chevalier avec Aubert, ça fait que ces chevaliers, ils ont 8 de défense, ils prennent que 3 damage des archers. Et ça aurait pu faire une différence. Tandis que là, vraiment... Sur son Castle Age, en fait, il fait... Et je comprends pas en fait le plan de l'IT, il était changeant, il a pas profité des temps faibles de son adversaire, et ce qui fait que son adversaire lui a profité de ses temps forts. Et c'est dommage quoi. Non, on fait des jolis raids hein, pour l'IT, mais Cavalier nous manque hein, quand même. Et on s'est fait couper de l'or totalement. Ouais. Pour moi, on joue pas la game comme il faut côté l'IT. Déjà, on veut faire trop de choses. Surtout qu'on est derrière. Et c'est dommage en vrai, parce qu'il était pas si mal que ça. Là, on regarde si on regarde à ce moment-là là, où il arrive à clean l'armée d'en face, l'IT est très très bien dans la game en fait. Hein. Sauf que bah, lui, il continue à prod et à essayer d'avoir de l'impact féodal. Enfin, féodal Castle Age. Char et Tabra manque aussi, hein, parce que Char et Tabra est en train de permettre à son adversaire de le rattraper en termes d'écho. Et à la place, en fait, de juste, je les dépêche, je vais chez lui, je raid avec mes chevaliers, je le force à me courir après avec ses CA et machin. À la place de ça, il investit. Alors que son adversaire a arrêté d'investir. Donc ce qui fait que son adversaire clique sur l'âge impé. Et derrière, c'est un snowball sur cet âge impé, quoi. Et je suis pas d'accord. Enfin, vraiment, le play skirm, pour moi, il était pas smart du tout à ce niveau-là. Mais même le début, en fait, je comprends pas ces deux sergents qui ont vocation à se faire détruire par les scouts, sachant qu'on sait que notre adversaire va jouer scout. Ces deux sergents qui ont vocation à se faire détruire par des scouts et qui font pas de... Comment dire ? Et qui ne sont pas accompagnés d'un lancier, je comprends pas. Parce que si on veut avoir de l'impact, là on a juste fait des ressources qu'on a données à notre adversaire régulièrement. On a fait des sergents, des lanciers. On n'était pas full wall, donc on a pris des dégâts en termes économiques par les 3 scouts. Même s'ils n'ont pas pris de villageois, ils ont provoqué de l'idle, les TC, les pions qui rentrent, etc., etc. Ça fait de l'idle, tout ça. Et ouais, je suis pas fan en vrai. Mais je pense qu'il a joué sa civ qu'à moitié l'IT. Je pense que contre 1, le seul truc là qu'il aurait dû faire, c'est atelier de siège pour défendre. Il faisait un monastère de toute façon parce qu'il voulait jouer les reliques. Il faisait atelier de siège, il posait un maximum de TC et il turtle un peu avec des donjons pour l'aider. Et derrière, ça aurait fait vraiment mal, je pense. Parce que derrière, il peut avoir... C'est lui qui aurait eu un timing MP, je pense, s'il avait fait ça. Je sais pas. Voilà, Lighty, voilà. Moi, je pense que t'as fait plein de petites erreurs dans la game qui n'étaient pas consistantes avec ton plan de jeu. Et c'est pour ça que tu l'as perdu, mon cher Lighty. Je vais vous montrer cette game-là juste que Siscan m'a envoyé. Il m'a dit je comprends pas pourquoi je perds. Et je comprends pas la différence écho. Et donc en fait on va juste regarder. On est à un niveau où le placement des bâtiments a une importance folle en fait. Et parfois, bah, il vaut mieux faire 2 bâtiments que faire un bâtiment entre les deux. Surtout avec Musca, où les settlements coûtent 33% de moins, donc ça coûte 84 de bois un settlement avec Musca. Et un settlement avec Musca te permet, sera toujours rentable. C'est-à-dire qu'une fois qu'il est placé, qu'il est out, machin, bah, tu peux quand même poser des fermes à côté de lui. Donc toujours rentable autour d'un settlement, tu vois. Donc un settlement qui fait 84 de bois pour un bâtiment de récolte et une maison, pourquoi toujours vouloir faire des settlements qui permettent de prendre 2 ressources à la fois? Ça, je le comprends pas. Et je vais vous expliquer tout simplement pourquoi. Ce genre de truc de settlement, il est bon quand on veut faire une strat qui est all-in. Parce que quand on veut faire une strat all-in, on a besoin de limiter notre apport de ressources, notre coût en ressources, et on veut donc profiter de cet apport de ressources qu'on va avoir en économisant en bâtiment économique pour avoir de l'impact au début de la partie en fait. Sauf que là, ce settlement, Siscan, il n'a pas du tout une vision impactante et play féodal, quoi. Enfin, play fast castle, drop castle, U, en prenant de la pierre, tu vois. Donc, ce settlement-là, bien qu'il va être utile, entre guillemets, après pour les pions de la pierre, pour l'instant, pour les pions du bois, il va être assez peu rentable. Vous allez voir les trucs. Et celui-là, on n'en parle même pas. Celui-là, il est ni efficace pour l'épée, ni efficace pour le bois. Et donc, de façon très normale, et c'est pas seulement le bonus Gurjara. Le bonus Gurjara, il est là pour aller 350 ressources à 20 minutes, quoi, un truc comme ça. Et encore, il laisse pas tous ses... il en laisse que 5, je crois, à la fin des trucs. Mais c'est pas le bonus Gurjara la vraie diff. La vraie diff, c'est que techniquement, là, pour l'instant, c'est rentable. Là, dans 3 minutes, ça, c'est plus rentable. Ça va plus être rentable non plus. Il va y avoir des pions qui vont travailler n'importe comment. Et donc, à vouloir faire des settlements qui couvrent plusieurs ressources, en fait, on se ruine notre économie en faisant ça. Donc là, pour l'instant, ça ne doit pas parce que ça reste encore un peu rentable. Là, déjà, on commence à perdre en rentabilité. Ce péon-là, il est vachement moins rentable que les autres. Et je vais juste focus sur cet aspect économique de la chose. Et vous voyez, si on regarde l'efficacité globale de Siscan, elle est 10% inférieure à l'efficacité de son adversaire. Pourquoi ? Son adversaire, son moulin est rentable, ses camps de bois sont rentables, il a 2 camps de bois qui sont bien, même si en plus il a mal micro ses pions dessus. Hein. Et malgré ça, il est beaucoup plus efficace que Siscan. Là, maintenant, ça c'est de la merde, ça c'est de la merde. Ça, ces deux-là, c'est de la merde. En plus, il a wall avec. Donc, ce qui fait que là, à la place de se prendre de l'espace, les trucs les plus rentables, ils peuvent pas être utilisés. Et donc, tout ça, ça fait en sorte que on va petit à petit se mettre derrière en économie par rapport à notre adversaire. Et Et ce qui fait que même si on produit mieux, qu'on fight mieux, qu'on joue mieux, bah ça sert à rien quoi. Donc là il est obligé de refaire ce camp là, mais ceux-là sont toujours pas rentables, ces villageois. Et on voit il est toujours derrière en efficacité des villageois. Et l'écart commence à snowball, commence à snowball, commence à snowball. En soi, surtout avec Musca, on n'a pas le droit de faire ça avec les autres cibles, mais avec Musca surtout on doit faire ça. C'est-à-dire qu'avec Musca, bah, c'est pas grave, tu fais 2 settlements, tu fais 2 settlements. Pourquoi? Parce que ton settlement va être toujours rentable. Il aurait fait un settlement là, déjà c'est pur, on n'aurait pas eu à péter jusque là pour aller faire ce settlement là. Il aurait eu du bois beaucoup plus efficace, et derrière il peut quand même poser des fermes pour rentabiliser ce settlement. Donc le settlement est toujours efficace. Comme il l'a fait avec celui-là, il a fait un settlement, pof, il a mis 3 fermes à côté de ce settlement qui à la base était fait pour l'or, on a rentabilisé totalement le settlement. C'était pas grave de faire plein de bâtiments de récolte, c'est pas catastrophique. Et là il est en train de les refaire, mais là déjà il a perdu 600 ressources de retard par rapport à son adversaire, et il a encore certains villageois qui sont très peu rentables. Bon, là ça va commencer à changer. Et là, dans la théorie, l'efficacité, normalement, de Scan est censée remonter à ce moment-là. Sauf que, bah, il y a déjà un écart de ouf, en fait. Et donc, c'est ce qui justifie le timing. Après, derrière, bon, on va pas parler du fait qu'il joue archer face à un mec qui joue tirailleur d'élite. Gourjara, ça n'a pas le choix. Vous jouez contre Gourjara, il a 2 choix grosso modo. Hein. Soit il a stacké une masse d'archers, il va partir crossbow. Soit il a stacké une masse de tirailleurs, il va partir tirailleur d'élite. Le troisième possibilité, c'est qu'il parte chameau. Bon, contre Muska, il va pas partir chameau. Donc il est obligé de soit partir archer, soit partir tirailleur d'élite. Et quoi qu'il se passe, on a une super unité qui peut contrer tous ces genres de play, qui s'appelle le champi. Ou qui, même le tirailleur, peut contrer ces 2 types de play. Et sauf que pour tirailleur c'est un peu plus compliqué, bref, parce que la transition va être plus douloureuse. Mais le champi en fait va contrer tout ce que peut proposer le Gourjara. Et Gourjara c'est vraiment très faible. Ils sont obligés de partir sur ça parce qu'ils peuvent pas partir Shrivamsha. Shrivamsha c'est de la merde, ça prend un coup de lancier, ça meurt. C'est une unité qui a pas d'HP. Elle a juste un focus particulier sur le raid, et qui est dans son nom, mais c'est pas un chevalier quoi. Donc ça veut dire que vraiment Gourjara c'est obligé de partir sur une unité de camp d'archer à ce moment-là de la partie. Et donc là où on est obligé de, là où on doit répondre côté Siscan, bah, partir archer c'est pas ouf. Là il aurait juste dû partir champi, atelier de siège à la rigueur. Le game était vachement plus win. Mais à la place de ça il va se fatiguer sur son play. Et donc il va se faire push. Et donc l'écart l'écart qui commençait, hein, il avait repris à 400 ressources d'écart. Donc il avait repris 200 ressources en très peu de temps, hein, parce qu'il avait rentabilisé ses camps par rapport à son adversaire. Bah là il va les reperdre parce qu'il va avoir de l'idle, parce qu'il va se faire push, parce que machin, parce que archer bah, ça contre pas tirailleur. Et que donc en termes d'initiative, c'est pas Siscan qui a l'initiative, c'est son adversaire. Si Siscan avait le contre de son adversaire, c'est lui qui aurait l'initiative, et c'est son adversaire qui serait sur la défensive. Sauf qu'au moment où Siscan peut partir sur l'offensive, bah là il est obligé de faire un atelier de siège, il est obligé il va tech sa masse d'archer, il va jouer Xbo, et le temps que ça soit rentable, bah, à la place de poser des TC, son adversaire va prendre un énorme lead économique, et si son adversaire tient, bah le game est fini. Et comme vous le voyez, hein, là, Siscan, bah, il pose ses TC, mais il est en retard déjà de 10 villageois, et son adversaire, il a repris de l'avance, parce que bah, des villageois qui courent, des villageois qui construisent, bah, ça récolte pas, quoi. Et c'est pas le moulin Gourjara qui fait toute cette différence, hein. C'est vraiment le fait qu'on ait voulu économiser sur nos settlements. Et donc là, on arrive dans la situation où bah, on a laissé faire notre adversaire. Il a posé une belle écho de ferme. Il a une petite trentaine de fermes. Tranquillou bilou, le mec. Et donc là, il peut partir sur une unité qui est vraiment chiante à contrer et où t'as juste... Bah, tu peux faire que tirailleur, quoi. Pour la contrer. Et heureusement, tu joues Musca. Quelle unité avec Musca contre totalement est un tirailleur qui est très très fort contre à peu près toutes les unités que Gourjara peut faire. l'unité unique. Le problème, c'est que Siskan ne prend pas de pierre pour l'instant. Et donc, on va pas chercher. En fait, on aurait ouvert Champi, on aurait mis la pression. L'adversaire aurait voulu faire une transi n'importe laquelle. N'importe quelle transi faite pour contrer les Champis se fait counter totalement par le Geisha. Le Geisha, pardon. Geisha, c'est autre chose. Et donc là, vraiment, on s'est retrouvé à donner la game parce qu'on fait pas les bonnes unités et on sait pas comment contrer ce truc-là. Là. Et donc là, on va le contrer par tirailleur à la place parce qu'on n'a pas de château, parce qu'on n'a pas prévu dans notre tête, voilà comment la game pouvait se passer avant qu'elle se passe, quoi. Je sais pas si c'est super clair ce que je dis. Mais vraiment, sans Geisha, il a aucune chance de gagner ce match-up. Et sans Champi non plus. Et donc là, forcément, bah, il se fait bully. Vous avez vu comment ça tank ces bestioles là? Et donc son adversaire qui lui a mis la pression, qui a un KD qui est démentiel à 37 pour 12. Siskan est obligé d'overprod pour essayer de tenir le rythme, donc il va EP plus tard, un P. Il n'a pas fait stack écho de l'âge des châteaux, son adversaire si, son adversaire est super serein dans cette partie. Il a pris 4K ressources lead grâce à ses up écho, grâce au fait que c'est lui qui a mis la pression et pas Siskan. Et voilà, bisous câlin. Le late game, il peut pas être gagné hein, contre ça. Et ce même si Siskan micro mieux, même si Siskan est plus fort mécaniquement que son adversaire. Tu veux pas... Si t'as pas le bon plan de jeu, en fait, tu peux pas gagner à ce niveau-là. Et tu peux pas avoir le bon plan... Donc il y a eu un problème de plan de jeu, il y a eu un problème sur la macro début féodal et fin féodal, parce qu'on a voulu économiser des camps. Et c'est juste le combo de tout ça qui a fait en sorte que Siskan perde cette game, parce que bon... Donc là, on met des petits raids, on essaie d'être sympa, on essaie de machin, mais on peut pas battre un Gourjara dans cet état-là. Puis voilà. Je reste toujours très mitigé quant à cette unité du Temple Guard. Je la trouve très très forte, mais au final, je la trouve souvent très mal utilisée. Là, ils ont un gros bonus contre le cave. Ça pouvait être une bonne unité à faire. Mais en plus, avec les stats, je trouve que c'est une unité qui a des stats d'unité d'impérial disponible à l'âge des châteaux. Mais je suis... chaque fois que je la vois utiliser, je sais pas. Je trouve qu'elle a pas d'impact et je comprends pas trop pourquoi encore. Faudrait que je joue Muska un peu plus pour avoir un peu plus d'informations sur la cive. Et pour voir vraiment les bons cas d'utilisation de cette unité-là. Mais voilà, donc ce que je voulais vous montrer, c'était vraiment ce qui s'est passé sur ce féodal. Et pourquoi ça mène à autant de ressources d'écart. Et c'est juste en fait l'inefficacité des camps à vouloir économiser sur des camps de récolte. Rose, elle est full bourrax, non? Comment ça se passe? Voilà, messieurs, dames, sur ce, je vais vous abandonner là. Je vais vous raid. Restez tranquille dans le coin et appréciez ma superbe musique de fin et ma superbe animation de fin. Le temps que je vous trouve un raid. Je vous remercie, messieurs, dames, d'être là. Et je vous dis, moi, sûrement à dimanche matin, où on va cast un dot set de la AOE Pong. Voilà, je pense que ça va être chillax. Merci, messieurs, dames, et je vous souhaite une bonne journée. Alors, qui est-ce qu'on va raid? Il y a le bon Draza qui est en train de jouer. Il vient de lancer il n'y a pas très longtemps, donc on va aller le raid. Passez tous une très très bonne journée.